But Johnny, let's move on into our next topic, and this is one that's kind of a continuation off of our little. We talked about Beast last episode,
I think it
or
was
2 weeks
specifically
ago.
X-Men, but
2 weeks ago, we talked about the X-Men, but then we were talking about Beast, and we mentioned Falcon in there.
Yes,
because he's now Captain America, and there was an article that came out this week from Screen Rant that Spider-Man Far From Home almost introduced Falcon as Captain America, and this is what they have written. As it turns out, if Marvel Studios had gone through with one of their early plans, Spider-Man would have met up with another key MCU character in Far From Home. As revealed by Marvel Studios exec Eric Carroll in an interview with comicbook.com, Falcon almost debuted in the movie as the new Captain America. Ultimately, though, the decision was made to hold off in introducing a character until a later movie. So Far From Home could fully be Peter Parker's show, Carol explained. We briefly talked about bringing in Falcon as Captain America at the end. Like maybe once Peter's arsed and he's sort of like leading the team. Like maybe he calls in a favor. But we also thought it was really important to the arc of this movie that there not be other Avengers available to Nick Fury or Peter. So he'd have to step up and do it himself. So that's why they didn't have Falcon introduced as Captain America in this one. But they've got to introduce him at some point as Captain America. So this is going to kind of be us playing a little game, Johnny. And I am going to let you start. You're the Marvel guy. If you were Kevin Feige, congratulations yet again. I've appointed you to this position many times since we've started the podcast years ago. How would you want to introduce Sam or Falcon as officially being Captain America in the MCU?
I mean, it would be kind of nice to some degree, to some aspect, I should say, not to some degree. To some aspect, it would be kind of nice to introduce him as Captain America in a Spider-Man after credit scene, because then it'd be like, hey, the Avengers still need to and this is me just kind of spitballing. I don't have the exact verbiage I would want to use.
Yeah.
Hey, the Avengers still need to be a thing, and kind of puts his hand out and say, will you join us?
Yeah. And then basically that brings Peter then into, well, I mean, Iron Man technically made him an Avenger.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, but you're an Avenger now.
Kind of Avengers died out per se, because the two main are done. Thor's off world. Hulk is doing whatever he's doing. Who knows at this moment? Yeah. But it'd be like, hey, just go, hey, the Earth still needs the Avengers. Kind of puts the hand out.
And then Peter, that's
maybe make a reference like, we have a Cap, we still need an Iron Man.
Because the whole point of the movie is him.
Hey, are you going to be the next Iron Man? Oh, I'm too busy doing your jobs.
Yeah, I'm too busy doing your job. I'm trying to look so in the comics, how did he, let's see. Yeah, there it was. So in the comics, it was Civil War. I'm going to do a little bit of reading. Okay. Here. So Civil War and Death of Captain America. Falcon subsequently helps Cap track down the Winter Soldier. He was also the first to join with Captain America against the Superhuman Registration Act, the SRA. Yep. And played a leadership role in the Secret Avengers. Following Captain America's assassination by the Machines of Red Skull, the Falcon registered with the government and was made responsible for Harlem, although he remained in contact with the underground New Avengers. Afterwards, S.H.I.E.L.D. recruited Falcon and Agent Sharon Carter to investigate the captain's assassination by locating the Winter Soldier and tracking down the Red Skull. Falcon resumed working with Steve Rogers following his rebirth and eventual return to the mantle of Captain America sometime later. Following Captain America's adventures in Dimension Z, Falcon met Armin Zola's daughter, Jet, with whom he had a fling. Around this time, during a confrontation against the Iron Nail, Steve was deprived of the super soldier serum, quickly aging into an old man, yada yada. I'm trying to look for the first time. It's like he is Captain America. Yeah, right here. During the time Sam was drawn to a crisis when he and Iron Man aided Spider-Man in battling Warbringer. Thor, Nova, Miss Marvel was in this. So for me, the thought that I'm thinking.
So it is that newer lineup.
Yeah. Where they mentioned let's see, joined by Vision, Thor, Nova, and Miss Marvel, the group took down Warbringer and stopped his attempt to bring the army of Chitauri to Earth.
Oh, that's one I read, actually. That's the comic I have at home.
Yeah.
Or the graphic novel.
So the thing I'm thinking of, and this is the question that I think we have to answer first. If you're Marvel, do you want to introduce him as Captain America in a post-credit scene? Or do you want the first time we see him as Captain America to be... Is it a post-credit scene? Is it a side player in someone else's movie? Or do we want to see Captain America and boom, it is Sam Wilson?
I want it to be either he is in his own movie right off the bat, or I almost want to say, in a sense, ease people into it and do it as a post-credit scene. It's like, hey, no, this is to kind of give the people the idea of, no, this is actually happening, guys.
Yeah.
Sort of that idea of like him just like Falcon backpack, get up, but like now with the Captain America star with the basically the Captain America colors on it in the Falcon suit, and then with the shield with him either in arm or somehow on the back, like now attached to the backpack. So a way he can like pull it off the backpack.
Or is it something even as small as like a side thing of like, I wouldn't even do that. I was going to say like in Iron Man where we see the thing in the back and maybe we make a reference to he's actually doing stuff as Captain America. But to me, that doesn't do anything because we already know he's Captain America.
Yeah.
We want to see him as Captain America.
Yeah, so either I want, like I said, I either want him just as the after credit scene to not give too much away, or I want him in his own movie, just give it all to me right then and there.
Yeah, and I
don't want like him sidetracking in someone else's movie, giving me too much at one time, me going, okay, this is not really going to be much new to see with a Captain America movie then.
Do we see him as Captain America in the Falcon Winter Soldier series? Because that's still a thing.
It is still a thing. I'm trying to think if that would be, or if that could be. Really, there's no other part of the timeline where that would fit in. So it would have to be Captain Falcon and Bucky.
Because from Gizmodo, it says, now that they've done their part to save the universe in Avengers Endgame, Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes are packing up their gear and jetting off to Disney Plus to star in their own miniseries. Falcon and Winter Soldier is sure to give the duo an interesting space to define themselves as Avengers in a post-Endgame MCU.
Yeah.
So
it would have to be because he's given the Cap mantle right at the end of Endgame. So,
but are we gonna? And that's the thing. Are we gonna see him as Captain America in that, or is it going to be in that he is still Falcon? Because it kind of like just because he took the shield doesn't mean gung ho, I'm Captain America.
What if it's just like kind of like the ease into it, like he's trying to become Captain America, but it's not going to be an easy road
or
because
just becoming okay with the idea.
It's kind of a combination
he's like,
of both.
No, that's Steve's thing.
I would say it'd be kind of a combination of both because it'd be him trying to come to terms that he's now the Captain America, him trying to get the world to realize he's Captain America because everyone in the world would be Steve Rogers is Captain America.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a combination of the two. Then possibly also the backlash of why you working with the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, because I mean, he was after Civil War, he was, and I'm saying he as Winter Soldier was
criminal.
Basically sent to Wakanda. so that he wouldn't be punished.
Yeah, he went to Wakanda so that he can be deprogrammed, but the world knew him as a criminal.
Yeah, for blowing up the
Embassy.
UN,
Yeah.
the embassy, and killing the original Black Panther. And that's when
T'Chaka.
Yeah, T'Chaka, and that's when T'Challa took over. For me, I don't know if we get him as Captain America in that Falcon Winter Soldier, because they call it Falcon Winter Soldier.
I feel like they would be like I said, I think it's like the work on into Captain America, like him trying to be like figure out his way of being Captain America. He's not a super soldier.
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to be Steve Rogers Captain America.
But I don't even think at the end of that we would get him as Captain America.
50-50 on like finally like maybe reference. Obviously, I really hope there would be references towards it.
Yeah.
Like the Falcon Captain America. Maybe in like the trivial joke of pull out the suit and go, hell no.
Yeah, kind of just just like take the shield. No, that's Steve.
Leaves it at home for that mission.
Basically, like, and I almost said it again, basically. But
then like pulls out the wing like he did in not Civil. That wasn't Civil War, was it?
You're talking about Infinity War?
No, it was I think it was Civil War.
Are you talking about Steve Rogers with his little...
No, I'm talking about
Falcon.
Okay. Where he used the wing as a shield, and he's firing from above. It's in the photo right here, actually.
Yeah.
He's firing from above it. And he's going like he does that and goes, I really wish I had that shield right now.
Basically making a joke of it.
Yeah.
For me, I don't, like I said, I don't know if Falcon, I don't even know what Falcon Winter Soldier now, because of that at the end of Endgame, what you do with that. I kind of feel like I would lean towards having him as a set, like how I would introduce him as Falcon would be, you know what? He's in someone else's movie, and that's the first time we see him as Captain America. Kind of just to give us, it's not the main reason why we're here, but it gives us that first kind of toe in the water of him as Captain America. My only thought is, who would that be? Spider-Man would have been a good one, but I get what they were saying. The whole point of this one is, hey, where's Thor? Off-world. Where's Captain Marvel? Don't invoke her name. Which they changed it to that now.
Yeah.
I just don't know who you would pair him with in that sense of like upcoming, because even if you look at the upcoming movies, let's see, MCU wiki. Let's see the ones they've got. Nope. I want the actual wiki page for the MCU. Let's see, give me the timeline, future films. So the only one right now that they have for sure is Black Widow. We know Doctor Strange 2, it wouldn't be in there. Is it a Black Panther 2? Do we introduce him as Captain America in a Black Panther 2?
I'd rather have Black Panther introduce Namor, if anything.
What if they introduce Namor, but Black Panther, not doing it alone, calls in Sam Wilson for help? Or do Sam and Black Panther not have the same connection that Steve?
I feel like they don't have quite the same connection him and Steve do. Him and Bucky might, because he helped Bucky and he was the White Wolf.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have the Sam
connection
like Steve and him, T'Challa.
And I don't think there'd be a connection to him in... Ooh, do we see him introduced as Captain America at the very end of the Black Widow movie?
Maybe.
Like, and then basically... that's what we do. And this is your end credit scene. Or at the very end, when Natasha hands the mantle off to Belova, she basically introduces Belova to Sam. Like, this is the new Black Widow. And it's not a full thing. It's just, we see him as in the Captain America Falcon suit.
You're forgetting the timeline. She dies before Sam comes back.
War. It's before Infinity War. You're right.
Before Infinity War.
The Black Widow movie is happening before Infinity War.
Oh, then no, they're
So
fine.
that wouldn't happen.
It's fine, but except for he's not Captain America yet.
He's not Cap. Yeah.
Which is why I'm wondering if they use the TV series to bring him and almost ease him into being Captain America. Draw out a nice storyline of him, like I said, dealing with the idea of him being his own Captain America, how he's going to do it, him introducing the world.
We could have that as a post-credit scene, though. It's like after the movie, this is how you do it. Movie ends for Black Widow. Credits go. Not even an after credit, a mid credit. It's just the credits fall out and it just says the year, which would be present day.
Yeah.
And it's basically Natasha bringing Belova.
Natasha's dead.
Oh, that's right. Because of Endgame. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
No, but what would be nice is
or
him.
Belova shows up to Sam. And
One way or the other.
herself.
I was going to say she either introduces or he recruits her into the new Avengers.
Yeah, that works too.
Like Natasha left information till he sent. It was technically for Steve. Sam ends up with it because Steve is no longer Captain America. And
that's the point is we see him for the first time
in the blue and white, blue and
the
white
red,
star.
white, and blue.
Yeah.
With the shield and everything.
And the wings.
Yeah.
Shield and wings and all. Approaches Belova and say, the Avengers need a Black Widow.
I love how you're like, she's dead. And I was like,
shit.
Forgot she's dead. Why couldn't have been Hawkeye, right, Dave? Right, Dave? Throwing that out at Dave because Dave loves his Hawkeye.
Sort of re-recruiting the Avengers now.
Yeah, I could see that. I don't think, I know for a fact that we get him either in a post-credit scene or a pair-up before his own movie. I don't think we get it to where it's the Captain America movie. The next one we get is the first time we see him.
That's why I'm saying it's either post-credit scene. I don't really want it in someone else's movie, but make that TV series then ease into it.
So you wouldn't want it to be like they were going to do with Spider-Man and have him in a Spider-Man movie.
They were going to do with Spider-Man in a Spider-Man movie? What?
So like Falcon.
Yeah.
They, like I said at the beginning, they were originally going to have him in Far From Home.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want that.
Unless it's an after credit scene.
Okay. So you wouldn't want him let's say how it was, what's a reference I can say? Kind of like Black Panther and Civil War. Where it wasn't his movie, but he was in the movie.
Only because we already have Falcon. I want either the snap. This is
you want those to be the big reveals of wow, we haven't seen him before on the big screen.
Yeah, I want it to I feel like it's only going to hit one of two ways. Like either so I want it to either use an after credit scene and just hit me real hard with it.
Yeah. As
I make the whole table rumble for effect. I want to be hit hard with it and say he just see him in the blue. The red, white, and blue with the wings and the shield.
Yeah.
Or I wanted to kind of ease in with the movie or the TV series, and then bam, he's got his own Captain America movie. Maybe Captain America with a Bucky, and they both do whoever they're gonna go up against. But I want if I'm gonna be if it's gonna be in someone else's movie, I want it to be after credit scene. I just want a short snippet of here's the new Captain America.
Last thing I want to throw your way, and this is just a reaction piece for Johnny. According to Men's Health, Sam Mackey, or is it Sam Mackey?
It's Anthony Mackie.
Sam Mackey.
Sam Mackey.
Sam Wilson.
Anthony Wilson?
Mackie originally auditioned. Our original audition was for a villainous role in the MCU. Same thing you did for me off camera. I'm going to give you 3 guesses. He auditioned for a villain in the MCU. If you ask me questions, I will answer them truthfully. But you get 3 guesses. Which villain did Anthony Mackie originally audition for and did not get the part? The role ultimately went to someone else. But Mackie's screen test caught the attention of the Russo brothers, as well as producer Nate Moore leading him the role of Falcon.
How many years ago? How long? Within what year span?
Ooh, this was probably, I'll give you a phase. This was, I think, phase 2.
Phase 2. Okay.
This was phase 2. Yes, it was.
Okay. Was it a main Avengers movie or was it a side?
It was a non-Avengers movie. So it was not Age of Ultron.
I'm saying, like, was it in any of the other Avengers movies?
It was a character that was in the Avengers.
Okay. Avengers villains. Was it the main baddie, though?
No.
Oh, it was not the main baddie in the...
It ended... we thought he was going to be the main baddie. He ended up not being the main baddie.
The Mandarin?
The Mandarin.
Ooh.
Anthony Mackie originally auditioned for the Mandarin.
Interesting.
What would you have thought if Anthony Mackie got the role of
I don't know.
Mandarin?
That'd be interesting.
It went to... Ultimately, it went to Ben Kingsley. I
mean, great role until we got duped.
Yeah.
We got rickrolled.
But I mean, that caught me this week where I was like, Anthony Mackie originally sent in an audition tape for the Mandarin? I don't think I would have seen it. I
almost guessed Malekith, actually. It was my first one. And then you said not the main villain?
Malekith.
From Thor: The Dark World.
Oh, okay.
That was my guess when I was going.
Yet again, shitty Marvel movie.
I was gonna guess that one, and then you said not the main villain. I'm like,
Well, Malekith was the main villain.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, that was gonna be my guess until I asked that last question. I'm like,
Because the only other Phase 2 movies were Ant-Man, Guardians, and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Well, Avengers: Age of Ultron, but it wasn't an Avengers film. But yeah. I just wanted to throw that out at the end because he auditioned for that. But this is where you guys come in. Let us know what you guys think down below in that comment section. How would you introduce Falcon as Captain America? Does it happen in the Disney Plus series? Is he tagged on into someone's movie? Is it one of the first Captain America movie that we get post Endgame? Let us know what you guys think down below.